Invisible walls built from opinions. Old fears dressed up as wisdom. The city moved like a restless machine, teaching everyone to stay small. But every dream inside my chest refused to fit inside those walls. Something kept calling. Beyond the noise, a voice without language, a fire without smoke, a future already waiting. I found a limitless aura, beyond the ceilings made inside, beyond the stories I inherited, beyond the edges of my mind. A limitless aura, where doubt loses gravity, where fear becomes a shadow of who I used to be. I found a limitless aura, and it was always inside me. Always inside me. Always inside me. The mirror no longer asks questions. The horizon no longer feels far. What once looked like impossible distance now feels like the place we are. Every step back became momentum. Every closed door became direction. Every lonely night became a lesson hidden inside reflection. The universe never withheld anything, only timing. The pressure turns to power. The silence turns to clarity. The darkness opens slowly, like a gate inside reality. Every forgotten piece returns. Every scattered fragment aligns, and suddenly everything expands. I found a limitless aura, stronger than temperance, stronger than Aurawave, stronger than every form of form. A limitless aura, no longer waiting to arrive, no longer searching for permission, only learning how to fly. Limitless aura, where presence becomes destiny, where becoming becomes being, where the soul remembers. The stars are limitless, not because they conquer darkness, but because they continue shining. The ocean is limitless, not because it reaches everywhere, but because it never doubts its depth. Perhaps that is the secret. The skyline disappears, the silence grows luminous, and somewhere beyond fear, beyond identity, beyond expectation, presence remains unbound, limitless, eternal. There was a version of me, built from expectations, and there is this. once called home. Every answer turned to questions. Every crowd left me alone. The city measured life in numbers, success and views and fleeting praise. But something deeper kept awakening beyond the algorithms and displays. A quiet force, older than fear. And suddenly the limits I inherited began to disappear. I feel beyond human, not above, not below, just beyond the shape I used to know. Beyond the labels, beyond the roles, beyond the walls around my soul. I feel beyond human, starlight learning how to breathe, like something ancient waking underneath. Awake at last. The mirror stopped defining me. The past released its claim. I no longer needed permission to become my own name. Everyone became a doorway. Every loss became a guide. Every fear I tried escaping was carrying a light inside. The darkness wasn't my enemy. It was an invitation. Horizon tears apart, revealing something infinite. The pressure becomes gravity, the gravity becomes presence, the presence becomes power, not Trying to explain my vision to people who only trusted sight. Some paths are built in silence long before they enter the light. The city kept chasing reflections, falling in love with temporary stars, while something ancient inside me was learning the shape of who we are. No announcement, no grand arrival, just presence. And slowly the need to be understood began to disappear. They feel it the moment I walk into the room. They feel it, something deeper than attention, something stronger than approval. No performance, no disguise, just a frequency. They cannot deny. They feel it. No words required. No words required. There were years I thought power meant becoming impossible to ignore. Now I know true gravity doesn't need to pull anymore. The ocean never introduces itself. The moon never argues with the night. Yet both leave a mark on everything they touch. Without a fight, without a sound, the pressure became stillness. The stillness became a strength. The strength became a presence beyond language, beyond image, beyond explanation. And suddenly, everything changed. They feel it. Not because I became louder, but because I became real. Every scar became wisdom. Every loss became depth. Every ending became space for something greater to exist. They feel it. The calm beneath the storm, the silence beneath the noise, the certainty beneath the fear. They feel it for the first time. So do I. Perhaps the strongest force that demands attention. Perhaps the strongest force is the one that remains even when nobody is watching. Like stars beyond the clouds. Like gravity. Like truth. The city continues dreaming. The sky continues expanding. And somewhere between darkness and light, a person. designed to be heard. Everyone was chasing echoes, running circles through the same bright maze, trading pieces of themselves for moments that disappeared within a day. I watched the skyline flicker endlessly, 1,000 dreams behind electric glass. The louder everything became around me, the more I learned what actually lasts. Somewhere inside the silence, something awakened. Not louder, not stronger, just undeniable. I became the signal when the static couldn't hold me anymore. I became the signal, a frequency I've never felt before. No permission, no validation, no need to explain it all. I became the signal, and suddenly the noise felt small. Feel it moving, feel it calling. There were nights the future felt distant, like a star hidden behind the storm. But every doubt became a doorway, every ending changed its form. I stopped searching for a destination and started becoming the road. The weight I carried for so long turned into a different kind of gold. Not success, not status, presence. The horizon opened slowly, like reality remembering my name. The fear dissolves into focus, the pressure transforms into flame. Every unseen moment, every invisible scar was shaping the gravity of who we are. I became the signal, not because the world finally believed, but because I stopped abandoning everything inside of me. I became the signal, a light beyond the temporary glow, a pulse beneath the surface, a truth I've always known. I became the signal, and now wherever I go, the silence follows like the stars never compete, the ocean never compares. The strongest things in existence simply become themselves and remain. The city still hums below. The sky still stretches beyond sight. Light found me in the beginning. No crowd was waiting by my side. Just quiet mornings and invisible battles. 1,000 reasons I could have denied. The world rewards what it can measure. Numbers, noise, and temporary fame. But some victories happen in silence long before they have a name. I kept showing up when nobody noticed. Every unseen step, every lonely mile was building something beyond survival. I've been farming, growing roots when nobody could see, turning pressure into presence, turning doubt into energy. I've been farming while the world was chasing lightning. I became a storm beneath the horizon, slowly rising. Now they wonder where it came from. It came from the days nobody remembers. The city glows with borrowed confidence. Everybody racing to be first. But stars aren't born from competition. They emerge because they burn. There were nights I questioned everything, staring into endless uncertainty. Yet every setback carved another layer of the person I was meant to be. Not louder, just deeper. Being wisdom, the distance became vision, the silence became a language only the soul could understand. And suddenly, what looked like emptiness was preparation. I've been farming, planting faith inside invisible ground, building something real enough to stand when everything else falls down. I've been farming, not for attention, not for applause, but for the moment my presence enters a room and words become unnecessary. Farming. Now the light arrives naturally. The strongest mountains spend centuries becoming. The deepest oceans never explain their depth. Perhaps greatness was never acceleration. Perhaps greatness was accumulation. The horizon opens, the noise grows distant, and somewhere beyond validation, a quiet force continues growing, unseen, certain, inevitable. Maybe the story was never waiting for a hero. Maybe it was waiting for someone who finally remembered who they are. Watching life move through other people's eyes, applauding dreams that weren't mine, wearing smiles that never fit quite right. Everybody seemed to know the script while I was still searching for a line, but the silence kept pulling me somewhere deeper, like destiny hidden